Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. Today is Tuesday, June 17th. Here's a look at today's top automotive industry stories brought to you by Ally. At the G7 summit in Canada, President Trump and Japanese Prime Minister failed to reach a trade agreement, dealing a setback to Japan's automakers as U.S. tariffs continue to strain its export-heavy economy. With a 25% levy on vehicles and higher duties on steel, aluminum, and other goods, Japan faces mounting pressure, especially as key automakers brace for an estimated $19 billion hit this fiscal year. Senate Republicans have introduced a new tax and budget bill that would eliminate the $7,500 EV tax credit 180 days after enactment, and immediately end the credit for leased EVs made outside North America. The proposal also ends the $4,000 used EV credit after 90 days and targets other clean vehicle incentives, marking a sharp policy shift from the Biden-era support for EV adoption. Nissan is planning to sell part of its 15% stake in French partner Renault, potentially raising around $640 million to fund new vehicle development. The move follows a March agreement between the two automakers to reduce their cross-shareholdings to 10% each. While no final decision has been made, the planned sale signals a continued loosening of their two-decade alliance. New vehicle affordability in the U.S. held steady at its worst level of 2025 in May. Despite stable new vehicle prices and modest income growth, rising interest rates pushed the average monthly payment to $756, the highest since December. While affordability slightly improved from a year ago, persistently high rates and tariffs continue to weigh on consumer demand heading into summer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Tully Williams, Fixed Ops Director, and Dennis Gingrich, Sales and Finance Director at the Nilo Company, to discuss how aligning sales, service, and F&I creates measurable gains in consumer retention, used car profitability, and technician recruitment.
Take your dealership to the next level with the strongest team in automotive media. CBT News, dealers' most trusted source for news, content, and analysis.
Talk to us about the importance of collaborating, with the front end of the house.
It starts where, what business that we are in, and we are in the repeat and referral business. And I think a lot of times sales is kind of talking about today's sale and only today's sale.
Yeah.
But when we get the whole store together, Dennis and I have this great relationship. We actually shared an office for a long time, is we realize that the repeat and referral business is the key to success, and the retention is the holy grail.
That's
and
right.
The great thing about F&I is that helps drive selling those great service contracts, right?
Yeah.
To drive those people in the driveway is the best way to keep people back in the dealership so they can buy their next car.
Yeah, no question about it. I see you shaking your head, Dennis. Talk to me about that.
Well, I think Tully can be, as much as it pains me to say, he's absolutely right, but as he is on most things. But, it is so important to have that great working relationship because, your point about a chainsaw going down the middle of a dealership between service and sales or service and F&I, that just can't be the case. And, I largely credit Tully for starting that at our group. We really rely on Tully and his team to put a great product out on the front line. So when we're dealing with our customers, that we can be confident that we're giving them a great product, right? And they're going to have a great ownership experience, and that we have to treat them great. So even if they're a new customer to us, they're like, God, the guys in sales and finance were so amazing. They're going to go back and see Tully and his gang of men and women that do an excellent job and get them in our ecosystem. Yeah. And when it comes to F&I, making sure that we're selling great products, disclosing properly, because it's a promise, and nothing is better than a promise made, that it is a promise kept. And Tully and his team do a great job making sure they deliver on our promise because we're doing the right things up front.
And be sure to watch the rest of this interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. Well, that wraps up our show for today, but join us again here tomorrow morning at cbtnews.com. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms, and we'll bring the latest industry buzz right to your feed.